Last Night in Soho was written and directed by Edgar Wright, and in this latest film, he treats his audience to a vibrant 60s environment filled with music, nostalgia, and genre cinema, and is all through the eyes of a young girl, Eloise, played by Thomasin McKenzie, a young student who moves to London to become a fashion designer, and as she moves away from her dorm because of her annoying roommate, she then moves into an apartment complex, into this apartment building in London, and each night she has these dreams of a young blonde named Sandy during the 1960s in London, and as the dreams develop and progress, she learns more about Sandy and her life, but then as the story develops, dark and sinister things starts to open up and you start to find out more about this young blonde Sandy and what really happened to her. Now, as this story is centered around Thomasin McKenzie, who was magnificent in Jojo Rabbit, I really had high hopes with this film. Plus, Edgar Wright is one of my favorite directors. He's proven yet again that he is such a versatile director, directing different films and different genres. He's always trying out new things, and this is easily one of my favorite films. I had an amazing time with Last Night in Soho. Many of my things with the film is that I truly think that this is one of his darker films as opposed to his previous work. Yes, this has a lot of dark undertones. His comedy formula in his films doesn't really show here, but what really does show is the character development with Thomasin McKenzie and Anya Taylor-Joy. Obviously, the star of the movie is Thomasin McKenzie. She played a supporting role in Jojo Rabbit. Here, she stars the film, and she is proving that she can lead a film. This is easily one of my favorite performances from Thomasin McKenzie. She does play the wide-eyed, young, coming-of-age girl who then becomes aware of her surroundings as the story develops. When it comes into her performance is magnificent. I love the story. Of course, when it comes into Anya Taylor-Joy, her character in this movie is not what I'm used to. It's very different from her roles that she previously played in all these other films that she's done. But the thing is with Anya Taylor-Joy in this film is that she's completely different in terms of her character type, her character role. It's a joy to watch. Anya Taylor-Joy really proves yet again what a remarkable and talented actress she is. She is proving yet again that she can tackle different roles and face different challenges along the way. So it is becoming clear that she is becoming more aware of the different type of roles she's given. And another actor in this film that I really love to see was Terrence Stamp. Terrence Stamp really plays a dark and menacing and cruel character in this film, but he plays it magnificently. I loved his work here. And Matt Smith. Matt Smith, many people know as a doctor in Doctor Who, so and when it comes into these kind of roles, of course, people are not going to get used to it, but I was enthralled. I was really into this role. I sunk my teeth into this role, and it was very, very interesting to see what type of character types he would go through into this film, and so Matt Smith really knew what he was doing here. Of course, Diana Rigg, who was magnificent in this film as well, the late great Diana Rigg, she really played the role great in the role as well. The only negative I have with the film is that, of course, it is different from Edgar Wright's previous work. Again, this is much of a darker tone. There are conflicting genre types and tropes and cliches that progress in the film. If I was working at a Blockbuster, let's say back in the day, and I had Last Night in Soho, I wouldn't know where to categorize Last Night in Soho in the shelves because it tackles many different genre tropes. It tackles the horror elements, the mysterious elements, the thriller elements, so you wouldn't really classify this in one particular genre. But what I will say is that Last Night in Soho really does tackle and pushes boundaries by exploring many different themes and motifs. Many different things here explored in the film does really play a relevant thing now into society. So I think that Edgar Wright's really exploring those type of messages and commentary in today's society. A lot of things that are explored by the third act really takes a detour and really does take shift into the movie. In terms of my overall experience, yes, it left me stunned at the end, but after the initial shock, I've come to collect my thoughts, and collectively I gather that yes, this is one of my favorite Edgar Wright films, but it's not my top 5. Overall, this is easily one of his best works. It's not a masterpiece. No film is ever perfect. There are conflicting tones in the film by the second to third act. By the third act, yes, the big reveal and the whole climax of the story really does take a detour, and it left me questioning about where the story was going. But overall, it was a great experience. I think that this deserves to be seen on the biggest screen possible. The audio and the visuals were amazing. I loved the look and the editing too. The signature Edgar Wright editing was there too, so I really loved of that as well. The only negatives I have were the conflicting tones with the film. By the third act, I didn't know where the story was going to take me, so it was very unpredictable, which I love. The only thing that I will say is that yes, Anya Taylor-Joy does play a different character type in this movie. I'm going to give Last Night in Soho a solid A-. So guys, what did you think about Last Night in Soho? Did you like it? Did you hate it? I'd love to hear all your thoughts down in the comment section down below. And if you made this far into this video, thank you so very much. I really hope that you guys are having a great day. And please don't forget to like and comment and hit the subscribe button in the bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thank you so very much for watching. I hope you have a beautiful day and I can't wait to hear from you soon. Peace out.